Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So today on the table we have the XK Whirlwind X251 Quadcopter. Now this quadcopter is fairly new on the scene. I think it's pretty much brand new within the last month or so. So this is a 250 millimeter kind of a sport quad, and this one's got brushless motors. It's 7.4 volt, so it's going to give you a lot of power. And I'm thinking this is going to be comparable to maybe the JJRC X1. I did a review on the X1. That thing was super fast, super good flyer. It had a couple of improvements that needed to be done, but overall was pretty good. And I think this is XK's answer to their highly successful X1. So we're going to basically open the box here, take it all out, do a super close-up inspection of this guy, and then in the next video we're going to take it, do a flight test and pros and cons. But for this one we're just going to take it out of the box, inspect it, talk about it in depth. By the way, if you are interested in this guy, don't forget to check down in the description. I'll have the links to where you can get this guy if you are interested. Anyway, let's go ahead and unbox it. Okay, so it's just a big foam box in the cardboard box with the instruction manual on top. Put that on the side for now. And opening the top cover reveals the X251. So it's a small little guy. It is 250 millimeter. But here it is. Nice looking thing. It looks like these might be real, maybe not. Maybe these are imitation carbon fiber arms. Can't really tell from here, but we're going to put this guy on the side and then we're going to get back to it. I'm just going to take everything out of the box real quick. Alright, what else do we have here? We have power. Looks like this is our charger. So a 2S basic LiPo charger. And then this is a Euro plug. So if you do get the Euro version and you are in the US, you're going to have one of those adapters. You can get them anywhere for a couple bucks. So we have this second tier here. On the top, we've got 4 new propellers, and it looks like a screwdriver and an Allen wrench. So great job for XK for giving us 4 new propellers, because as we all know, that's the first thing that will break when we crash. So good job on these guys. Always like to see a fresh set of propellers. And then here's the controller. This is the last thing in the box. Cool, so it's very reminiscent of all of XK's larger quad controllers. Looks like it's a pretty good quality one. And what I'm seeing here is some interesting buttons here. We're going to figure out what all these do in just a sec when we go look through the manual real quick. But we've got a rolling button here. We've got a click in here. We've got a toggle on top. Two-way toggle there, two-way toggle here, two-way toggle here, and a two-way toggle here, and a button here. Kind of just like a temporary push button there. So we'll figure out what all these things do in just a second. See if we can open up. This thing is really hard to open. Wow. Okay, that thing was really in there. So just like the X380 controller, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AA batteries. And it does click in nice and tight, maybe even too tight. And it looks like it does have a little port on the back. Maybe this is a trainer port, perhaps. I don't see any other cables with it, so you'd probably have to provide your own cable, trainer cable. They don't provide that in the box. So let's put the controller on the side real fast and take a look more in depth in the X251. So here it is. Nice looking little quad here. You can see we have the brushless motors. These are branded XK on the motors. It just says 1307 on the motors. We'll have the links down there where you can check the website for all the really specific specifications on everything. But cool. So these are really small little brushless motors, usually this size, and looking like the quality as well is found on like the 250 racer quads. So it looks like these are going to be pretty good motors. We can also see it's got like a hard plastic shell. At first glance, I thought this might have been like a Lexan body at first glance, but it looks like it is kind of a hard plastic, a heavier hard plastic. And these arms, yeah, I think these are probably just imitation carbon fiber. I don't really think these are carbon fiber, but I could be mistaken. I don't know. They do have a nice glass coated finish on them. And it looks like over here we've got the lights. Does look like the lights are going to shine through these little capsules, so that'll be great. It looks like the lighting's going to be visible from the sides as well as underneath, the front, the rear. So really good job at the, if these do what I think they're going to do, we'll check that out in a second when we power this up, but it looks like the lighting's going to be perfect on this. And cool factor too, kind of taking a design from the XK500, how the XK500 has this kind of a feet design. It's like a mini, it's almost like a mini XK500, and that's kind of cool. Double rod foot section here for landing gear on each side with screws holding it in and these little rubber ends here. Let's go ahead and take off this rubber end and just see if this is even carbon fiber. Let's try to get a close-up look at this. So yeah, I don't think it is carbon fiber. It just looks like a plastic tube in there, a black plastic tube, and then they just kind of have a carbon fiber finish on there. So I didn't expect it to be carbon fiber. But anyway, here's the bottom here. It looks like this is where our plug-in is for the power, and it is just a 2S balancer plug that plugs right into the bottom. And taking out the battery, really nice fitting battery in this, a really sharp square design, and it fits really nice and snug and well in the holster here. Pretty neat looking quadcopter. And here's the battery anyway, XK little branding on it, 7.4 volt, 950 mAh or milliamp, 25C LiPo battery, so that should give us plenty of power for this little guy to get around and do some fast sport flying. I think that's what this is mainly designated as, kind of a little sport flyer. So it should have a great, it should be really fast and fun with this one. And looks like at first glance I was kind of scared that this battery is going to slip out and there's not really any clip, but I think what happens is the when you connect it up, this little balance plug, when you plug it in like so, it goes ahead and stops it from coming out, so there's no way this battery is going to come out. It does look like it makes slide around a little bit in there, so maybe putting a little wedge in might be advisable. Just depends on how it flies. We'll see how it flies in the next video. Anyway, nice little looking quad out of the box. Let's just take a look at the propellers. The propellers don't have any writing on them, so I'm not really sure what the size and pitch are, but they do look like they're about 5-inch, 30 to 40 pitch. Can't really tell exactly. And then they have these cool motor nut screws on top. Looks like quality aluminum little nuts on the top with a little hole in there, so that's probably what this wrench is going to be for. Let me just open up this bag real quick and we can take out the wrench and take one of those off and just take a look at it. And the way you use this is you know, they're pre-mounted, so you won't have to mount them on, but if you did want to change your blade, you just stick this little Allen wrench in the hole here, and then you either twist clockwise or counterclockwise. Looks like this one is regular counterclockwise unscrew. So basically just a little motor nut there that's holding the propeller on nice and tight. And put that back on. Just hold the motor and the propeller and then just give it a good little finger tightening. Cool. So let's go ahead and open up the instruction manual and see what all these controls do on the controller. Alright, so this manual is Chinese and I can't read Chinese, so bummer. Don't know what's going on here. Main things we want to know is what these buttons and toggles do on this controller. So it looks like this one here is a 3D 6G button. So switching this off and on may put it in like take off the possibly the self-leveling accelerometer, and so we can do some cool 3D flying with this. And it's saying this one I think is throttle hold, so it's going to turn off and on the throttle. I'm not really sure. We'll have to test that in the flight test coming up pretty soon. Too bad this is all Chinese. So a little disappointed. I'm not sure why they gave me only the Chinese manual. Maybe this was all that was completed before shipping. But, you know, a little disappointed in that. So I'm probably going to have to go online and research what these controls do. But definitely in the flight test we'll talk about all that and go through everything and make sure we know what all the controls do. But anyway, let's go ahead and just start this thing up, see how the lights look and stuff, and just make sure everything's working as far as on the bench power up goes. For safety reasons, I'm going to hold this thing down And I'm going to turn the controller on. Wow, cool. So it definitely has a cool looking controller here. Okay, so I'm just holding this very carefully and giving it a little bit of power. You can see it's working great. So yeah, I really don't know what any of these other switches are, so definitely going to have to be looking online for this stuff. But anyway, it's you can see that lighting is awesome. So red in the back on the bottom cups, highly visible from the sides. This I presume this is I guess that's the back actually. This looks like the front. It's got that little like visor windshield there, and then the back, I'm presuming, is this tail light here. So green there. So just rotating it around, see the green lights in the front. Loving the lighting on this. I know I keep saying that, but this is how, take note, quadcopter manufacturers, this kind of lighting is how lighting should be on all quadcopters, where it's visible from front, sides, even slightly down like this if you're over it, up high if it's over you, you have high visibility. From the back, you have high visibility. So this is how it should be done. So great job, XK, for getting the lighting done right on this one. Anyway guys, thanks a bunch for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and next video flight test this one. So far this one does look like it's living up to my expectations I had for it. I know it's pretty new on the market. There's only been maybe a couple of reviews on this thing, but I plan to do a very thorough review on this. This was just part one of it. I will have the card pop up here when the flight test is ready, so you can click on that at any time. It'll be there through the whole video. Then that'll take you right to the flight test. When that thing is ready, I'll have it up there. So far, just by the looks and everything and the initial inspection on this, very impressed. Don't want to judge it completely yet because we haven't done the flight test yet, so I'll wait for further judgment in the flight test. But I suspect this thing is going to be really lots of fun, kind of like the X1 was. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in, and if you want to see more videos like this, I do a bunch of reviews, mods, pros and cons, flight tests, all kinds of stuff on RC cars, quads, boats, RC boats, action cameras, all kinds of stuff. So check out the channel. I think you like it, and don't forget this thing is down there in the description of where you can get this from. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.